Hey everybody, Mr. JK here, and it's been a minute, like usual. My uploading schedule is, again, as always, complete crap. Sorry about that. It's taking a minute to get used to, back to the idea of just recording, because of a couple things that's going on. One, as you guys may not know this, at some point in the next probably 2 months or so, everybody in my house, including myself, is planning to move somewhere. So yeah, that's been on my mind ever since then. That's one of the reasons why it's been stopping me from recording. Two is complete procrastination. If not two, is probably the biggest one out of the bunch, because, well, new moving, big deal. Am I right? Anyways, yeah, it's been a minute since I recorded for a bit. Last video was the unfortunate reaction of Akira Toriyama unfortunately passing away as of from what I heard, March 1st. So following that video up in complete commemoration for that, I'm going to do another reaction video this time. Even though it's complete comedy, it's only fitting. Again, that video, like, complete commemoration. If anything, this video that I'm going to show you guys is basically celebrating that, if any, I believe. Yeah, this video I will look at as celebrating one of its biggest masterpiece, Dragon Ball. And the video we're going to be reacting to today is AI Presidents Rank Every Dragon Ball Saga Complete Edition. In addition to that, I will also be telling you where I will rank some of these arcs as well. So yeah, enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into it. First off, let's change. First off, before anything, let's change scenes for a minute here. Here's the video right here. We're gonna be reacting to it today. I saw this video and I was like, you know what? This is the video I want to look at today. It's only fitting that I look at this video. And again, this is also to celebrate, like, one of its greatest creations, which is Dragon Ball, or the Dragon Ball franchise. As far as I'm seeing, it's gonna go from Dragon Ball to Z to Super. So yeah, let's get started.
Holy shit, Joe Big Donnie got indicted?
Oh my God, Barack, that's cray-cray in a bad way right there.
Oh my God.
You don't have any clue what indictment means, do you, Joe?
I'll be honest, Barry, I've got no fuck.
No, the one thing I can't deal with is, like, hearing them trying to sound like modern day fucking gaming nerds. But hey, it's AI video, so it's made with the idea of fun in mind. So yeah, give or take. It's whatever you like.
Fucking clue what you're talking about.
How the hell are you the president, my guy? Oh, whatever. I guess we'll have to find someone else to help us rank all the Dragon Ball sagas.
Holy shit, Barry, it feels like my birthday right now. I can't believe we are ranking the Dragon Ball sagas. Maybe I'll have an opportunity to show off my Biden blast.
Yeah, maybe, Joe, but we still need to find...
Yeah, that...
Oh my God, Joe, Mr. Rogan is at Trump's trial. He
That's been a bit fat mean, the Biden blast.
just sent me a video. I'm putting it in the Discord. Check it out.
Oh my God, is that Ben with him? Is Ben his lawyer?
I guess so. This should be funny. Let's watch.
Donald-based Naruto Trump, the charges have been read out to you. How do you plead?
Your Honor, my client would like to plead oopsie daisy.
Ben, what the fuck are you doing?
This is not a joke, Mr. Shapiro. Your client has 34 charges. Now I ask again, how do you plead?
Your Honor, with all due respect, you wasn't even there. On God, my client pleads whoopsie doodle.
Mr. Shapiro, I have half a mind to hold you in contempt.
God, no.
Your Honor, my client was listening to Freebird the entire time of the alleged crime.
The irony of this is that I believe, if I remember correctly, Ben Shapiro was at one point a lawyer. So this is ironically kind of funny.
Surely this would bring the charges down to a second-degree cringe take and nothing more.
Oh my God, this moron is going to get me thrown in jail.
He is.
Wow, that was pretty funny, LOL. Why would he get that airhead Shapiro as his lawyer?
Beats me, honestly. You're better off just representing yourself at that point.
You just can't keep a good Trump down? What's up, bros? Your boy just got a retrial. Ben literally made the judge lady have a brain aneurysm, and now the trial has been delayed till next week. We are so fucking back.
Holy fuck, Donald, that means you'll be able to rank the Dragon Ball sagas with us? Glad to have you back, buddy.
Okay.
It's good to be back, and it's even good to hear your sleepy voice, Joey.
No, I don't want to talk about, like, this is the thing I don't want to make a habit out of, which is talking about politics on my channel. Because, like, again, the whole point of my channel is, like, getting away from real world stuff. Like, I like on my off time, I do talk about it, but it's like, it's like, the amount of, like, just absolute, what was it, like 99 plus fucking things it's been alleged to do. Jesus Christ, dude. Anyways, that's all you're gonna get as far as politics go.
I hope you're doing well too, Barry. As a celebration, I'd like to rank the Dragon Ball sagas with my homeboys.
Of course, Donnie, we would have missed your takes.
Oh, no.
You always have the best or worst opinions, it's never in between. And that kind of energy is exactly what we need on this channel. Although I will be honest, I did invite someone to come to join us because I genuinely thought your ass was cooked.
Fair enough, Barry. I thought my ass was going to be roasted as well, so I understand who's joining us.
Hey guys, the one who knocks is in the building.
Walter White, that's who
I am the one who knocks.
you chose, Barry.
Whoa, Donald. What's with the attitude? Dragon Ball is literally my favorite anime. I know a lot about it.
We'll see about that, Baldy. Anyway, what criteria are we working with, Obunga?
I don't care for that nickname, but anyway, we are ranking the sagas on how good
you
we
know
think.
What? Dude, if I can find it, if he's got a part 2 to this, I'm surprised he didn't throw GT on here. And I guess the whole idea, he might talk about it. I was like, what? Oh, it's funny. Like, oh wait, no, he does have GT. Okay, I stand corrected. No, GT's there. I stand corrected. Hold on.
It was simple criteria, just ranking our enjoyment and how good we think the writing and characters are. Sound good to everyone?
Sounds super mega awesome sauce to me, Barry. Let's get crunk and do this tier list.
God, you're so fucking cringe, Joe. You really are.
Cringe? Do you know what's really cringe, Donald? Wearing a jumpsuit that matches your Oompa Loompa tan?
Goddamn, Mr. President, relax before you're indicted for manslaughter, LOL.
As usual, I will get the ball rolling so this doesn't turn into a dick measuring contest.
Okay.
The saga to start it all of the Emperor Pilaf saga of the original Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I gotta give that shit an A tier at the very least. It introduced Bulma, the lovable genius with...
Here's the thing. I haven't. I guess some Dragon Ball fans can say this is a crime. I barely remember all of the original Dragon Ball. However, that's not to say like I didn't enjoy it, right? But I would say, yeah. I guess I would put it in A tier. Now that I think back about it, thank you, totally not Mark, for having your little revisiting Dragon Ball specifically in the manga, because that actually caught me up pretty well. And I'll say, yeah, it's actually really solid art. Well, at least for starters, right? But not every single start off is like gonna be completely amazing. And I will unfortunately have to put this in B going into C tier. My reasoning being there's other arts that just come out that are way better. In some cases. I would actually put that a little lower. Because of the simple fact there are arts that will come up that are just better. And I know some people can say, well, you can just say that about most of these other ones, because technically, hey, some arts are just better. Yeah, but some arts do sometimes be worse. Even in everybody's favorite Z's case, it's got some misses. Especially getting into the Majin Buu saga. Like that is 100% like. Yeah, moving on.
with a tendency to do things that I'm not going to talk about for fear of being arrested. It introduced the absolute gem that is Son Goku, as well as fun characters like Yamcha, Master Roshi, Oolong, Ox King,
I guess that would be a good point, though, because it literally started the series off with the staple characters.
Poir. I mean, just so many people were introduced. And while their influence on the story would wane later on, their time in the original Dragon Ball was well spent.
This is fun. Okay.
I give my vote to A tier.
Perfect take, Barry. I admit that when you take the entire series into account, the original Dragon Ball simply hasn't aged as well. But the fact that this one saga introduced so many fan favorites, it has to go into A tier. Master Roshi is so funny, and Goku's tenacity to get all the Dragon Balls while showing off his superhuman abilities is just fantastic. I agree with A tier.
Of course, your favorite character is Master Roshi. I wonder if it has anything to do with how perverted you two are.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of having a 16-year-old Bulma flash a 300-year-old man. That was pretty cringe. But I supposed it was simply a different time and that kind of comedy was acceptable. I would never let Walt Jr. watch the Pilaf saga. B tier.
Walt, I don't know why, but you're pissing me off. I'm inviting Rogan.
Donald, I swear to God, if you don't know me and what I am capable of, then my suggestion to you would be to tread lightly.
What the fuck, Donald? Walter is a known meth cook. You really want to piss him off?
That little cuck was about to make a case for the Pilaf saga not being an A tier. Fuck that guy. Rogan is better anyway.
Oh my god. Okay.
Holy fuck, guys, we are ranking Dragon Ball sagas. We are so fucking back.
You're goddamn right, Mr. Rogan. We are so fucking back. Would you like to rank the tournament saga?
Mr. President, I would fucking love to do the tournament saga. What a saga it was. Introduce.
No. This right here, the first Budokai Tenkaichi tournament, it is 100% Chef's Kiss S tier.
Introducing the tournament concept into Dragon Ball. So many wacky and fun characters.
On top of that, like if you want to go like outside of the series itself, this spawned a lot of other series that use the tournament, use that as a basis for a tournament saga. Like if you want to go that far, like I would say, yeah, that arc is total Chef's Kiss.
Were introduced, like my main guy Krillin, Goku's best friend. That little Buddhist monk is a riot. Not to mention Master Roshi dressing up as Jackie Chun in order to beat Goku and instill into him the idea that there's always someone stronger than you.
There's always someone better.
And that you always need to work hard. On top of all of that, when Goku turned into the Great Ape, we see the absolute brutality of Master Roshi. The guy blew up the fucking moon. That's so based S tier saga.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Joe. S tier for sure.
S-tier.
What a saga, comedy, action, and a droplet of wisdom just to tie it all together.
Yeah.
This is Toriyama at
That is the perfect S tier arc.
his best.
Easy S tier, so much hype for this saga. And it introduced Krillin, my fourth favorite character. I miss the original Dragon Ball. Don't get me wrong, every Dragon Ball show has its moments, but the original just has this nostalgic magic to it, except for maybe the next saga, the Red Ribbon Army saga. It wasn't bad, but it was just kind of there. Goku destroying robots and villains was pretty awesome.
Okay. I put the Red Ribbon Saga in B tier. And I know like this kind of like this Red Ribbon Saga is actually going to pave the way for one of my favorite ones, which is Android Saga, later on in Z. But it's like, to me, the Red Ribbon Saga felt longer than it needed to be, and I don't know if that was just me. Like, tell me down below if you think the Red Ribbon Saga, for anyone that's seen Dragon Ball, if the Red Ribbon Saga didn't seem like it was dragged on longer than it needed to be. And if I'm not the only one, tell me down in the comments below.
But I don't know, it didn't have that same energy as the others. I think we can throw all of them collectively into B tier.
I can agree with putting the General Blue and Commander Red saga into B tier, but I think the actual start of the Red Ribbon Army should be A tier. It introduced Mercenary Tao, who was a great antagonist until Piccolo appeared. I think we got to give the guy who killed a man with his tongue some credit.
I agree with that sentiment. Mercenary Tao was pretty cool, and his defeat at the hands
I'll give you A. I'll give you A for the start.
of Goku was baller. Imagine getting a grenade kicked at you by a little midget. How hilarious.
Totally agree, Barry. Watching that bitch get wrecked by Goku was hilarious, Jamie. You know what to do. Roll that motherfucking clip.
See ya, bitch.
All right, fellas, I humbly concede to put the first part into A tier and the rest into B tier. Wait, actually, this tier list is kind of redundant, isn't it? Why is it separated like this? Can't we just talk about the entire arc as a whole?
Yeah,
That sounds like-
that too. I was like, that thought did cross my mind. I thought, why is every single arc individually separated? And it's like, wouldn't it make more sense to like lump them all together instead of splitting them up like this? Like having the arc be part 1, part 2, part 3?
Too much work, so let's just keep it the way it is and let the good folks at home correct us in the comments.
All right, Sleepy Joe, but if we get roasted, it's all on you.
If I'd say, it's like, I can understand where he's coming from with that one, but for the sake of levity, just to be, just to tell an olive branch, what I would do is that I would take every single one that's like part 1, part 2, part 3, or sometimes part 4 ones like this blue side right here. I would do all these at the same time instead of doing it individually, for the sake of pacing. Yeah, this is 51 minutes, by the way, so this is a long-ass reaction.
The Dragon Ball community takes no prisoners. They will execute us with their keyboards.
Oh, Barry, can I do the Fortune Teller Baba saga?
Sure thing.
That was a bit of a fun one, but I still will put it in B.
Mr. Rogan, go ahead. Your energy is always appreciated.
Thanks, Barack. The tournament was awesome, and Goku finally getting to see his grandpa again.
Oh yeah, that too. Never mind. Oh, never mind. Grandpa going on showing up. That always like when I first saw that when I was a kid, and I was like, wait, who's this guy? Who's this guy? You know, it was his grandpa, and I was like, oh. I might give it an A.
Was heartwarming as fuck. I mean, it was so sad that he accidentally killed his own father figure.
He accidentally, like, that's the thing. And like back then, I didn't realize, I didn't get the full context. When even then, if I did, someone told me the full context behind that, it was still awesome. Even if I didn't know why his grandpa, even if I didn't understand completely everything at the time. Now that I'm older now, and I got more awareness, and I'm pay attention to things, I was like, oh, that is wholesome. And it's due to the fact it's like he didn't mean to, but he accidentally killed his grandpa when he turned into a gray egg for the first time.
But seeing those two reunited was just so good. I mean, his pure emotion, his crying, his longing for his grandpa, it was so goddamn wholesome. It just reminded the audience that while Goku is this superhuman fighter,
he's still a kid. Yeah, he's still a kid, and as kids do, they have wants.
He's just a little kid. So wholesome, my God, it's got to go in S tier.
Mr. Rogan, I agree that the moment was very wholesome and very heartwarming. But if I'm being honest, everything else in that arc didn't really do it for me. I think C tier for this saga, and it only gets C tier for the heartwarming finish.
What did we say earlier, Barack? Trump either has good takes or absolute dog shit ones, and in this case, you're completely full of shit. Donald, this saga is A tier at the very least.
That's what I would give it A tier. I'll be, but if I could settle for C. I could settle for C and settle for C. Settle for C. But I want A.
Shut up, Creepy Joe. I bet you only like this saga because Bulma flashes the audience for like the 4th time in this show. You perverted zombie.
Here we go. One day they'll stop arguing. Sad Obama noises.
Fuck off, Donald. We all like it because it's heartwarming and funny. It's not my fault your entire family is so fucked that seeing another family reunited doesn't do it for you.
My family is fucked? How's your crackhead son doing, Joey?
He's just fine, Donald. How's that daughter of yours you're trying to plow?
Gentlemen, for fuck's sake, have some decorum. Obama angry, Obama smash.
Fellas, I think we are all a bit heated. And this video will now have to be split into 2 parts because of all this fighting. Let's just put the saga into A tier, do the Piccolo stuff, and knock out the original Dragon Ball. And then we can do Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super in the next episode. How about that?
What about Dragon Ball GT Other Joe?
Trust me, Mr. President, I think we'll blow through the GT sagas. All but one were pretty trash. Let's be honest here.
Fine, that works, I guess. Still fuck you, Donald. I kind of hope your arrest goes through.
Oh,
trust me.
GT, I had something to say about one of these arcs. Technically, I got two, but yeah, although one of these arcs, I got something to say.
Guilty
about
Joe.
that one.
If they get me, they're coming for you next. Just you wait, cunt.
Moving swiftly along, I'm putting the Fortune Teller saga into A tier, along with the introduction of Tien Shin Han. I mean, Tien is a lot of people.
Actually, now that I think about it, there's a thing called splitting the difference, and I'll say it definitely gets A. Or like if we want to split the difference.
People's favorite character because of how
Tien
good a
Shin
rival he
Han.
was with Goku. He's pretty cool being the last of an
That fucking fight was good. Yeah, that one goes in A.
extinct race of Cyclops like humanoids, and I always thought his little mime friend was pretty funny. A tier for him in the Fortune Teller saga. Is that okay?
Totally fine with me, Barry. Go for it.
Sounds good, Barry. I think the Fortune Teller saga is S tier, but judging by the heat of this Discord call, let's just put it into A tier and save some headaches.
Now that that's over with, I think we can put the Tien saga in A tier as well. Loved the introduction to Tien. What a character.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame they buried him in subsequent shows. He gets entire arcs where he's actually involved and does stuff in the original Dragon Ball. But other than the Saiyan saga and that one moment against Cell, he gets buried completely. Oh well, at least we still have the old Dragon Ball. What a tournament, A tier.
Triclops is my homie for real, and the overall tournament had some great matchups. Yamcha versus Tien, Krillin versus Goku, Goku versus Tien. Great stuff to watch. I agree with A tier.
Great arc, I agree, and Goku losing a second time was a bit of a surprise as he had already lost before, so the audience kind of expects
that
Goku
one
to
was a
win
big
this time for
surprise,
sure, only to be fooled like the absolute silly little dummies that we all are. Toriyama cranked out so much gold with the original Dragon Ball A tier.
You're right, Mr. President, and the gold continues into the King Piccolo.
Yeah, and that just goes to show because original Dragon Ball, its whole premise. Well, first off, it started off as a gag manga, but it slowly started to, as you can start to see, it starts shifting genres a little bit. It went from being a gag manga to a pure martial arts manga. Well, from that to pure martial arts, and it changes genres in itself, but its overarching thing is martial arts. But the complete package of the Dragon Ball series is the Pursuit of Happiness. For anyone who didn't know, like Dragon Ball's overarching thing was adventure and the pursuit of happiness. That was the original premise of Dragon Ball.
Saga. I mean, this has to be S tier. This was the turning point for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that complete 180 in tone and style, and this is where Dragon Ball will end up tonally going forward.
I mean, finally, a villain that actually wins something, and wins in a big way. The King Piccolo saga also really started popping off with the characters. Krillin died. Master Roshi.
Right away, Krillin, like the complete turnaround cannot be understated. Krillin dead, Master Roshi dead. Jesus Christ, the turnaround! I was like, yeah, this is where the majority of Z's came from. It started with this.
Roshi died. Chiaotzu died. We gotta see Yajirobe cut someone to pieces. And of course that climatic fucking finish. Jamie, pull up that fucking clip, you wonderful son of a bitch.
Oh, right, yeah, absolutely.
God, such a hardcore finish. Goku was all like, fuck your entire fucking life, green scum, and just ripped straight through him. Plus it had a wonderful ending with Piccolo as we know him today being born.
Yep.
S tier for sure.
I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm about to start controversy.
No, please, I beg of you, do not.
I think the King Piccolo saga is B tier at best.
What?
Take the nostalgia goggles off for a second and recognize that the beginning of this saga is absolute garbage.
God, I hope they put you in the slammer for a long time, Donald. What a cringe.
Really? No, dude, the beginning was great because you don't see it coming until it happens.
Take.
Shut it, you Cybermen look-alike. Is no one going to question why the Pilaf gang just knows about Piccolo? Why do they just tell him
I'll give you that.
everything they know for
But B, really? B?
whatever reason? Or the whole divine water bullshit being pulled out again? I think King Piccolo was a great villain. and the saga overall was great, but there's some glaring flaws you fellas are...
God fucking damn it, he's right. He's absolutely right. But I would still put an A. I wouldn't go B, but I would go A. Low A if you want to be, to be generous.
ignoring.
Yeah, I suppose you have a point with the Pilaf gang stuff. I honestly don't remember how they got there and why.
Well, Donnie, I suppose taking all opinions into account, we can put the King Piccolo saga into A tier, but if we get roasted in the comments, it's on you.
Yeah, it'll be your fault, Donnie. Just like Goku goes Super Saiyan, you go Super Retard.
Oh, please, the dementia patient doesn't get to call anyone retarded. So go back to jerking off to inappropriate Bulma moments, you dirty old pervert.
Hey fellas, I gotta go. Jamie just found my long-lost stash of Planet Namek Indica, and if I remember correctly, smoking all 7 Dragon Blunts summons Kushron, so I need to go. But I just want my vote for the Piccolo Jr. saga to be S tier. It introduces the second best character in all of Dragon Ball, my main boy Piccolo. What an absolute legend. Oh shit, Jamie, wait for me. Don't smoke that without me.
Just put it into S tier, Barack. I'm getting a call from Ben. He says it's a legal matter, and he's technically still my lawyer, so I gotta go. Just you wait when we get to Dragon Ball Z, Sleepy Joe. I'm gonna bend your opinions over my $320,000 bed and have my way with them, you greasy little worm.
no.
Fuck you, Big D is out of here.
I seriously doubt that's going to happen, but what do I know? I'm no legal expert. How about you do the outro, Joe? You got this. Just take it slow and thank the audience. Don't stumble your words and you'll be fine. Obama out.
Holy Dragon Balls, I never get to do the outro. Well, thank you for watching part 1.
Let me just skip ahead. Okay,
What's up, homies? Oh shit, you're all already here. Very nice.
Hey, Barack, what's up? I was just telling Alpha Joe and Sleepy Joe about my wild night last night.
Yeah, finish the story, Donnie. What did you say after she said, what's a Dragon Ball?
Oh, right, so she asked what it was, and I said, a Dragon Ball is me dragging these balls across your face. Ha 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 ha.
Damn, I sat through a 20-minute story just to hear you make a stupid-ass pun. Lame as fuck, Donald.
Fuck off, sleepyhead. I am a comedy genius. I had the whole club jumping with that joke.
Jumping off of buildings due to how cringe you are, maybe.
I don't know the whole story, and honestly, I don't want to. It's time to continue on with ranking Dragon Ball, fellas, and we just got to the most hyped section. This one is going to be a doozy.
You got that right, Barry. Dragon Ball Z and GT are probably the most talked about shows in the Dragon Ball universe, both for very different reasons. One is a mostly loved and beloved series, while the other one is a great case for showing that there is no God.
I think you're being way too harsh on GT. The Super Saiyan 4 transformations are dope as fuck.
Oh, wow. The show has a new transformation. It must be good. You sound like a fucking...
I give you that, but it's still got more problems than, like... It's still got more pros than cons.
Toddler Joe. You're lucky the
It's got more cons than pros.
superior show is up first. But I gotta say, I really don't like this format of splitting the entire saga into multiple sections. It seems odd to me to just separate the Raditz saga from the Vegeta saga, since they both should be judged together
Yeah,
under
the
one
same
umbrella.
saga.
Pick a better tier list next time, Barack.
This was the best one I could find, Mr. I Can't Tweet, so shut it and find it yourself next time. Or better yet, maybe one of you two slackers can actually edit one of the videos for once instead of nagging me harder than Michelle does.
Okay.
I came here to rank Dragon Ball sagas and kick ass, and I'm all out of ass.
Wow, love the energy, Barack. I came here to rank Dragon Ball sagas and snort copious amounts of protein powder. And let's just say, I'm all out of protein powder.
You probably shouldn't snort protein powder, Mr. Rogan, but I don't really go and get swole like you youngins, so what do I know? Oh, actually, I do know something. I know that the Raditz saga is A tier. The introduction into space is wonderful.
Okay,
I think it was an awesome idea from Toriyama.
So this one I'm a little bit
It
more
makes
familiar with. Now I'm saying Saiyan Saga is S tier. It is S tier because of the amount of setup that kind of unironically, if you want to go back to it, for I forgot exactly which part it was from the Red Ribbon Army. But one of them had an android and analyzed Goku, and it classified him as an alien. Which was, you could say, the writers. Now, I don't think I did it in the manga like that, but the anime kind of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge at the audience with that one. And like, and if you really want to go there, like, no one knew where Goku came from. I don't even know what Goku was, because he's the kid that had a tail. Like, that's kind of odd, right? I was like, huh. that can transform into a giant ape when he looks at the full moon. That's kind of odd. You wouldn't think, okay, he can't be human, can he? And then we get to the Saiyan Saga and we find out where Goku comes from. And it's not nice. And it's like, it's just so, it's like, oh, you're an elite race of warriors called the Saiyans, and our job is to go around subjugating planets and selling them off to the highest bidder, effectively working under Frieza's army. And it's like, okay, so and you've been sitting here to do exactly that, and I see you've not done that. So yeah, let me proceed to one-shot you and then take your son to coax you into doing what you're supposed to do, which is conquer this fucking planet, and let's get the fuck going.
Sense that Goku is an alien. I mean, we watched a whole show where this literal child can turn into a massive monkey.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty alien in nature to me. We are introduced to Gohan for the very first time, and he looks so adorable in his little outfit.
Of course, like everybody else, I'll admit this. Didn't start off with Dragon Ball first, just to let everybody know, just as a disclaimer. Z, like everybody else, I started off with Z, so I had no context from the original Dragon Ball. Because to me, like, if I, like, imagine, like, just going from Z and then going back to Dragon Ball, and it's like, learning, wait, that's Gohan? I thought this was Gohan. And it's like, yeah, he named his son after his grandpa.
I mean, come on, look at him.
The hairs on my neck always begin to stand up when I hear you calling kids adorable Creepy Joe. You inadvertently trigger my fight or flight response.
Fight or flight these almost 400-year-old balls, you orange twat.
Homies, please, namaste, relax, and take deep breaths. We'll get through this with the power of love and friendship.
I think I have nothing more than a bottomless pit of loathing for that fucking zombie. And what the fuck do you mean almost 400 years old? Seriously, Joe, before we continue, fucking explain yourself. How old are you?
I swear, though.
Yeah, Joe, I don't understand. Surely you can't be that old.
Jokes.
I must admit, I too am curious.
All right, boyos, if you must know, I was born in the year 1680 to a wonderful mother and father. Both were hardworking folks just trying to survive. My father found out that our neighbor was a witch. I mean, she just had to be. What woman knows how to read? It was clearly witchcraft, and as she stood burning at the stake, she cursed me with immortality under the condition that I chant a holy ritual known by many around the world.
That sounds like some complete Goosebumps level of bullshit, Joe.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Mr. Trump on this one. What ritual nonsense are you reciting, Joe?
Oh gosh, fellas, I don't want to scare you.
That's some R.L. Stein levels of Goosebumps bullshit.
It might be best to just move back to ranking Dragon Ball sagas. Very unfortunate things happen to those that hear the ritual of element 115.
Joe, I know curiosity killed the silly little cat, but we can't continue until
Presidential Zomboys reference?
we hear it. I mean, I'm just so goddamn curious they should call me Barack.
Yes, I'm aware of the Presidential Zomboys, and if you guys want to see me react to that, leave a comment down below.
The cat Obama.
Very well.
I literally do it from start to finish, like all the way at the end. I have to do it in pairs though. Like I know they got a whole hour one, but it's like this one's already pushing it, and it's like, well, the editing is going to be a pain in the ass to get through, but I'm going to do it anyway. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Barry, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Quit stalling, Sleepy Joe. I'm beginning to lose interest.
我が軍は徹底してこれを阻止する。繰り返す。司令部を死守せよ。それ以上敵軍を。
Jamie, what the fuck was in that spliff?
I think it's best we simply.
What the heck? What universe did I just? What parallel dimension did I just enter for a split second?
Never speak of this.
Joe, your fucking eyes rolled into the back of your head. What the fuck was that?
Sorry, Barry, I kind of blacked out for a second. What were we doing? Oh, look, Dragon Ball. Put the Vegeta saga into S tier. What a saga. I mean, the introduction to the remaining Saiyuns, as well as the absolutely iconic match between Vegeta and Goku is just perfect. God, it was so sad watching Nappa just kill all the Z fighters one by one. What a tragedy.
Yes,
I agree with the devil in disguise, fellas. The Vegeta saga has to be S tier. I mean, it literally introduced some of the best moments of the entire series and showed the Dragon Ball audience that everything is different now. No longer are we all about tournaments and adventure, but saving the planet and universe from Planet Buster level threats. And this saga had some of the best character development. Take, for example, Piccolo, a guy who started off as a villain, trained the son of...
Like, greatest character arc ever. By the way, I do not agree with the whole notion of Goku's a terrible father. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Team 4-Star.
His sworn enemy, and even made the ultimate sacrifice in an attempt to protect him. Jamie, roll the clip of the Slugman's final words to the toddler.
Piccolo?
It's okay, kid. You're like the son I never had. I'm proud of you. Goodbye, my friend.
What an absolute stud. S tier for this saga. It was fantastic.
I agree with S tier. Goku's arrival from King Kai's planet was awesome. And watching him use the iconic Kaioken against Nappa and Vegeta was dope as fuck. Times 2, times 3. Try sucking down this big old times 4 Vegeta, you little short fuckhead. S tier.
Here comes more gold, gentlemen. The absolute perfection of the entire Namek saga. The whole thing was just perfect.
Saga, like the fucking GOAT saga, is going into S tier along with the Saiyan saga. Like that one's just peak. Also, Super Saiyan.
Toriyama really nailed it with this one. With all but Gohan and Krillin dead, the two rascals set off with Bulma in search of the Namek Dragon Balls in order to revive the Z-Pimps, only to arrive on a planet being invaded by Space Hitler himself. The iconic Frieza, what a villain.
Which isn't, he's not based off of Hitler per se. If I'm remembering correctly, Toriyama's the characterization of Frieza is that he's based off of like real estate agents. Real estate agents that were like sleazy as fuck. So
maybe the greatest villain in all of Dragon Ball. And you got to give props to his fantastic business dealings. I mean, the guy literally sells planets. What a business. He's just like me for real.
You would relate to Frieza, you fucking clown? But I do agree with S tier. I mean, it's got everything: drama, action, comedy, sadness, and of course the introduction to a transformation that would change Dragon Ball forever. Goku achieving the form of...
And again, another great moment, another monumental moment that shaped anime and manga history. The introduction to fucking Super Saiyan that pioneered and launched the idea of transformations tied to emotional depth and story, and it having a fucking purpose.
Of Super Saiyan.
Besides your cringe pronunciation of the greatest anime transformation ever, I agree with S tier. What a brilliant saga. Gosh, it...
I wouldn't go as far as say it's definitely one of the greats, but I wouldn't say, well, I guess this is, it isn't technically the first it isn't the first transformation in history, but it's the one that pioneered the idea of our protagonist going through a change both physically and mentally at the same time. Like a trend, like it transcends the idea of transformation or what a transformation could be. Like instead of just being a stereotypical, oh, I get stronger by changing. I get stronger by changing appearance, and like stereotypically like that. It's like the reason I'm able to transform is because I'm fucking pissed at you for doing what you did, and call into question how because it's like what makes Super Saiyan such a good transformation is that it takes this happy-go-lucky character that's always full of hope and brightness and just absolutely brings him to his lowest point. And in doing so, it births the transformation needed, albeit at the expense of a loved one, out. Like, again, like, words cannot express just how monumental Super Saiyan was.
was so sad having to watch my main nigga Krillin pop like a weasel and die again.
Yeah.
But it led to the ultimate golden-haired warrior. My only nitpick was that Goku tried to let Frieza live. I mean, for fuck's sake, Goku, you ain't no Batman, my nigga. Just roast that rat's bitch.
Well, the reason for that, if I were to say, the reason you let him live is because that's who Goku is. He doesn't go out of his way to kill a person. Well, technically, King Piccolo Saga would have something to say about that, but it's like, well, the point is, like, he didn't go out of his way to try and, he went there with a purpose to, like, help him get the Dragon Balls and save his friends, and also, it's also to show you that despite him being transformed, he's still Goku. And his need to want a challenge in life, and also it's like, I'm just gonna show you some mercy. And the thing is, like, it's not because he spared him. He spared him because, like, well, I'm showing you mercy. That's all you're gonna get. I'll show you some mercy. That's it. That's how that played out. Not that, oh, I'm the hero of the situation. I was like, nah. I'm just gonna show you some mercy. Like, I'm gonna give you some energy to survive, just because how weak and pathetic you are. Or, like, after that, I'm fucking out. And it's like, the dude fired back, it's like, you just wasted your fucking chance to live.
Bitch ass. I guess it's just in his character not to kill, but still, this is literally Space Hitler we are talking about.
Gosh, that transformation by Goku was so fucking metal. Just watching Goku get angry in a way we haven't quite seen before was so metal. I don't know if you guys ever played Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, but this cutscene still gives me goosebumps. Jamie, roll the wonderfully outdated graphics of that wonderful game.
He's taken innocent lives again and again. And my best friend, Krillin. It's over! Freedom!
That shit gives me more chills than a chalky chocolate chip ice cream brilliant saga.
I could talk about the Frieza saga all day long, but alas, we must move on. Stay still, my soft beating heart, anyway. The next saga, according to this tier list, is the Garlic Jr. saga. And my God...
Put that shit in F.
God, fellas, that was some bite fetish bullshit. I pray I never have to watch anything having to do with Garlic Jr. ever again.
Put that shit
I don't know
in
who
F.
the fuck thought this was good F tier
But put that garbage in F.
nonsense.
Yeah, that really was a crock of shit, Donald. I gotta agree with you there. I don't even know if the shit is canon to the story or not.
It's not.
But regardless, it was dumb.
I'll save you the trouble, it's not. I'll save you the trouble, it's not.
If someone out there has Garlic Jr. as their favorite character, feel free to post your address in the comments and the Secret Service will pay you a visit. F tier.
Other than seeing Kami and Mr. Popo trapped in a bottle, which was admittedly hilarious just cause like this little midget put God in a bottle, LOL, this saga has nothing going for it, F tier.
That was easy. Now let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this show, the Android saga, my personal favorite saga. And not just because they introduced my waifu Android 18, but because everything in this saga was amazing from start to finish.
It really was.
You got Trunks, the crotch spawn of Bulma and Vegeta, taking out Frieza with literal ease. We just spent like a dozen episodes watching Goku and Frieza duke it out for the fate of the universe, and this fucking badass tween just comes in and cuts that bitch into a million pieces. What a based character. Then you...
Favorite character, by the way, is Future Trunks. Always be Future Trunks. Future Trunks is my all-time favorite character.
You got the fake-out villains of a future whose timeline seems to not be going the way Trunks initially predicted. Watching Vegeta absolutely beat the ever-living stuffing out of Android 19 will never not be funny.
Oh, yes, the...
I actually let you guys in on this one. I just split this video up into two parts. Once they get done with the Android saga, I'll save the rest of it for part 2.
most overrated saga in all of Dragon Ball, the Cell Saga. Typical of you, Barack, you fucking normie. This saga was trash. It belongs in C.
Sorry. Did you just say C tier?
Hold on, wait. Hey!
I'm sorry, did he just say C tier? No, tell me why.
C tier?
Trump, that is the most out-of-pocket shit I think I've ever heard.
Trump, if I ever see you in public, I'm taking out 2 straps and we are walking 10 paces. We will duel to the death, you fucking mango look-alike.
Bite me, shoulder sniffer. You're all fucking normies. I admit the Cell Games portion belongs in S tier, but everything else was time travel.
I was like, yeah, if you're gonna split it that way, I will give you
Nonsense. I fucking hate time
It wasn't even the time travel thing wasn't even that bad.
travel. It is the biggest writing crutch in all of writing. It's true, very true. I only speak the truth. The real reason this whole saga is trash is that Toriyama didn't even want to make it. He definitely planned to end Dragon Ball with the Frieza saga, but of course money talks, and she is quite the seductive mistress. I should know, of course, I'm filthy rich anyway. The saga is dumb.
Somebody give me a fact check on that one, please.
The editors didn't like Toriyama's villains, so he just had to keep writing them. Cell is the only good thing to come out of this saga.
I would say it was supposed to end, I believe it was supposed to end off at Cell.
That wasn't Rule 34 Android 18, C tier, in my opinion.
Trump, I can understand maybe putting the Trunks saga portion of the Android arc into B tier.
I would say if you could put the Trunks part, I'll put Trunks in B and the rest in A, and then the last half, I'll put the first half in B, the second half in A, and the last half in S.
Because it was quite the shock having to just accept the fact that time travel is a thing, but everything else belongs in S tier. It was fucking great. We had some of the best moments in the entirety of the series. I mean, how can you not like it? The fights and setup were phenomenal. Android 18 versus Vegeta, Goku's heart virus, Piccolo fusing with Kame, Cell's introduction as the hands-down the creepiest villain in all of Dragon Ball, the Bugman fucking drinks people, Donald. He absorbs 17 and then gets his ass whooped by Vegeta only for his dumbass to fuck it all up with his pride, which is very much in character for him, not to mention the two best fights of Goku versus Cell, and the subsequent Gohan versus Cell fights are the two best fights in the entire series. Such a good arc. It all has to go in S tier. I just can't agree with you here, Donald.
No one here does. Mr. Rogan Gohan transforming into Super Saiyan 2 was fucking dope.
Yep.
And
like, oh my god, that fucking transformation.
the death of Android 16
was just peak.
Was heartbreaking. You're just a little bitch, Donald. On God, this has to be your worst take ever.
Just a common Donald Trump L. I'm literally mailing you a photocopy of the letter L so you can never forget this moment.
The only L being handed out will be to your entire family once you're finally put in a nursing home, you bumbling, stuttering bastard.
Fuck you, Donald. It doesn't change the fact that the Cell saga is S tier. We are only putting the Trunks saga into B tier because you're a giant bitch.
Gentlemen, Michelle has a bomb-ass casserole waiting for me, so let's continue on. Please measure cocks later.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna split this video into two parts. First part coming out tomorrow, tomorrow morning, Monday, hopefully, if I can get it done by Monday. It'll either come out Monday or Tuesday. No promises, sorry. No promises. But I will be working on this one going forward, so yeah. I think I'll call it quits here. For now, I decided to split this up in two parts because it's literally 51 minutes long, and I already spent like half of that on this alone. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll talk to you all later. See ya.